Hey guys, I just had an idea for a movie and I wanted to share it. I was talking to my friend and I had it. So it started with a joke, which was I said, what if it was the video from The Ring, except for when she shows up after 7 days, all she wants to do is smoke weed and fucking party and hang out at your place and like drink and just like be awesome. And she's such a chiller. But then when someone else watches the tape, she ghosts you, she turns into a train wreck and she leaves and goes spends all her time with them, right? So it's like The Ring, except for Samara or Sadako, whoever you have, she's a train wreck. So, but people get the tape and then they're like, whatever you do, don't watch that tape. Because that guy just wants to keep hooking up with the ghosts, right? And then I thought, wait a minute. That's like a dumb, funny, me and my friends are high joke, but isn't there actually like a heartfelt movie about grief, love, loss, and sex in there? Maybe about what it means to be a man, the way we view women. So let's try this. I made up a movie called Ghost Club. I'm not going to do a full pitch. I just want to tell you the idea. It's a bunch of guys in their late 40s. They're all either single or divorced. It's like a boys group of guys. Some of them were friends in college. It's like a group of 6 guys. Some of them are newer guys, and one of them is a guy who they met online. And they talk all the time in a group chat about ghosts and spirits. They are the ghost club, and they go on little trips. And one of the guys is well off than the other guys, so sometimes he picks up the tab for the trips. But they've been doing this for 4 years, and they've honestly all become like pretty good friends, even though they're very different types of guys. And keep in mind, these actors are in their late 40s. There is a cavalcade of actors, of guys you could get for this. Eventually they get this locket, and there's this story behind this locket that it's supposed to be haunted, and one of the guys buys it. It's almost like a heart-shaped box, the Joe King book, except for we're doing a little different. So he gets the locket, and then they don't see that guy for a little bit. And one of the guys sees him, and the guy looks great. He's very confident. He's like this guy whose wife divorced him 6 years ago and he's broke, but now he's feeling great. He gets a new job. They're like, when are we meeting the ghost club again? He's been avoiding the ghost club. They corner him. They go to his place. When they go to his place, he reveals to them, yeah, at night she comes. They're like, who? And he's like, okay, give me back the locket. You'll promise you give me back the locket. And the guys are like, dude, what the fuck is going on? So one of the guys, sort of more pro-taggy, they're all kind of pro-taggies. It's an ensemble cast. We feel bad for all these guys. They're all doing different things. One guy has to get his nut removed. One guy's running out of money. One guy's never had a serious girlfriend because he's like a little bit losery and sad and not the most attractive guy, and he can't connect with people, and he feels sorry for himself all the time. But one of our more pro-taggy guys, this dude who hasn't been married but was in a long-term relationship, but then she left him for a more successful guy. Now he's in his 40s. He's trying to date again. It's not working. He goes out on a date with a Tinder girl, and they don't know any of the same music. That's the opening scene of the movie, is she doesn't know any of the references he makes, and he's like, oh God. So he gets the locket. He goes home, and that night at 1 a.m., a girl crawls into bed with him. And of course, he's incredibly afraid. But then when he sees her, he feels less afraid. This is like a Margaret Qualley, like this young, beautiful, gorgeous, nymphette girl, right? Gorgeous. And all she wants to do, she only speaks Italian, and all she wants to do is hook up with you and give you a back massage and make you food. And she's there from like 1 a.m. to 4 a.m. And then she turns, looks to her left, screams, big jump scare in the movie after they fuck, and it's like wonderful, and disappears. This guy is like, all the other guys are calling him like, what happened? The guy who had the locket before calls him and is like, she showed up, right? And the guy's like, yeah, what the fuck? Holy shit, that was amazing. Dude, this is definitive proof of the afterlife. I saw a ghost. The other guy's like, well, you fucked a ghost. He's like, yeah, what is it? This is amazing. And the other guy's like, okay, you said you'd give me the locket back. And the guy's like, no, I need to see it again. This gives me hope and belief in the future. And it opens up the whole world for me, man. This means fucking ghosts are real. Like, and the other guy's like, but you're going to give me back the locket, right? And he's like, no, man, just let me do it again. The guy's like, shows up to his house, bangs on the door, calls the other guys, is like, here's what happens, guys. A girl shows up. And so now all the guys want it. But that night she shows up at 1 a.m. and he talks to her. He's like, all my male friends are turning on me. And the more he talks to her, the more English she speaks. but she's just so emotionally mature and holding space for him and being kind to him. And she's being so good to him and understanding that this like self-pitying guy who's like alone and can't meet women because he's not trying hard enough. This dude like is like, actually, maybe I love the ghost. So he won't give back the locket. Now, the first 2 acts of the movie are all these guys trading off the locket and stealing it from each other and slowly becoming enemies until the really losery guy gets it. And what's so cool is that he asks her questions, which the other guys did not do. Oh my God, it's a movie where you fuck a hot ghost. But it's actually about toxic masculinity in a subtle way that isn't woke. Oh yeah, sneak it in, baby. No one asks her questions. She just shows up and they talk at her and then they fuck her and then she screams and disappears. This guy's like, who do you think I am? And the woman reveals that she's not sure what's happening. And she was supposed to meet her lover, so surely he is her lover. Except for the more questions he asks, the stranger she looks, until a bullet hole blossoms open in her cheek, and the back of her head drops away until you can see that the entire head has been blown off through just to the right of the nose. So now, we were already a little in a thriller, now we're in a full-on thriller. The really nerdy guy who had this experience with her, and now he's suddenly motivated and confident for the first time. He's like, we need to find out what happened to this ghost. We are all using this person's soul. This is worse than just using someone. This person is dead and doesn't know where they are. Lo and behold, these guys find out that this woman was the mistress of an Italian duke in the 1500s, and he said he'd be with her forever, and she was so in love with him, and he shot her in the face after giving her the locket. They have to unwind that mystery. Second act of the movie, deep in. Third act, we're going to Italy, but surprise, surprise, now the locket in Italy as we get into the manor in the third act, and these guys are all finally on the same page, except for the guy whose wife died. Isn't there a way he can use this to bring her back? Mightn't that be tugging at the back of his head? Oh no! The rich guy, the successful guy, that was him! He turned bad! Now he wants to keep it, and suddenly he's acting and looking like the Duke, and you've got a bunch of dudes in their late 40s doing full-on Scooby-Doo thriller horror House on Haunted Hill. Let's fucking go! The Others, The Haunting, whatever the fuck you need. It's that, but better. It's Bly Manor, whatever the fuck they did on Netflix, that was good. That, it was Haunting of Hill House. That shit in the third act of a movie that starts as a comedy, becomes a character study of these guys, becomes a ghost thriller about guys maybe gonna fuck each other over and kill each other to fuck a ghost. No, we band together and go to Italy. We're gonna save this ghost. No, we are the monsters. We're becoming the Duke. His spirit is possessing us. But guess what, dude? The end of the movie, the protag guy is able to say to the rich guy, who at this point has like attacked them and trapped them in the house in the same way that the Baron trapped the girl in the house. But he says, if it was your wife, if it was Sarah, the wife who died, wouldn't you want her to be free? And it's delivered in this big emotional scene where the rich guy has totally lost it and like become the Italian Duke, full on The Grudge style, repeating the murders. Ooh. What was that terrible movie, Things Heard and Seen? Like that, but so good. It's not terrible. It's kind of cool. It's just very simple. Anyway, so end of the movie, they free the ghost and they bury the locket. And all of these guys have taken we've done 5 character arcs. Just trust me. One guy has a testicle. He feels like his life is over. He's confronting his mortality. Hey, there's an afterlife and we can interact with it. One guy, I'm never going to meet a girl. I'm never going to feel confident. I'm 46. How am I ever going to finally connect with someone? Oh, I connect with someone and they're a ghost, and I establish my first ever real connection with a woman one-to-one, and that allows me to see that I could have that in real life. Another guy, rich guy, my dead wife. I go crazy. No, actually, I need to finally move on from her. Protag guy 1, my wife left me. I'm out of a job. I don't have any money. I don't feel connected to anyone or anything. I don't have a purpose. Surprise, bitch. Your purpose is solving this ghost mystery. And the last guy, let's say he's played by Will Ferrell, like a Will Ferrell dramatic performance. This dude's a dad, and he's the one who never fucks the ghost. But when the ghost comes to his house, there's this amazing sequence where the ghost helps him clean the house. So when his ex-wife drops off the kid, his house is sparkling. Basically, the idea is to weaponize the tropes and ideas surrounding gender and what women do for men and what men do for women. And then use that instead of being like, yo, here's the politics of it. Tell just a kick-ass, sexy, funny ghost story about friendship, love, and growing to be a bigger person. Title of the movie is called Ghost Club. Ghost Club. Death of Batman in 1 week. This idiot talks for 40 minutes in front of a bunch of screens, and then after 40 minutes, oh boy, the screen gets bigger and the thing I'm doing is less stupid. If you like my shit, you'll like it. If you don't, you'll absolutely hate it, but you probably won't watch it. It's an hour and a half long. That's feature length. Smoke weed before you watch it. Bye. See you in Batman. Ow.